Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Iron-Blooded Orphans. Where last time, most people couldn't get to Earth, they're blocked from going down and helping their friends, and their friends continue to fight for their lives. And McGillis specifically went out to go and fight. So that is essentially what happened last time. But before we sort of get into a longer talk, Theta, you want to throw us some of those comments?
Yeah, I figured we go back through some of the comments starting from episode 1 of season 2.
Here we go.
A number of these are going to be from Killian because no one stacks up moment to moment reaction points like Killian does in our comments.
Truly an honor to have him here.
Now, unfortunately, I'll be reading these, and they were kind enough to give us timestamps, but we're doing it in the moment, so sometimes the references might fall flat because we don't know exactly what we're responding to here.
No
But
doubt if we did research beforehand.
hey, it'd be nice if you even watched one of our videos, Griff.
Hey. So, what do we got?
Let's see, 1449 at the season 2 episode 1 video, New Blood. That phobia comes from the people of Earth who pushed their hard labor to people in the colonies of Mars. To a Mars-bred orphan child with little status or work opportunity, the AV system sounds like a dream come true if it can help you pilot complex machinery like mobile workers.
Yeah, makes sense. It's your get out of poverty free ticket. Or at least, I suppose that's the impression given to them. So, yeah, that checks out.
Well, I mean, we know it's a society that's prejudiced against cybernetics.
Oh, right. Yeah, because Earth is.
Yeah, which is probably what the phobia they're talking about is,
Ah, yeah.
if you put it in context.
Hmm.
So you have orphan kids that apparently nobody likes doing the thing that Earth hates in order to get a leg up.
Hmm.
All
Yeah,
right,
so there's some mixed metaphor in there for sure.
all right. Same episode. We have Andreas, 1008. Wrong. I always love a comment that
Ah.
starts with wrong. Half metal have been talked about and discussed between Cordelia and McMurdo. McMurdo Barristan since the first time Tekkadan made a deal with Tewaz, but the
Mhm.
mustache guy apparently forgot.
Yep, they've been talked about the entire series.
Well, what can I say? Apparently I forgot. You got me. Especially well after the fact. You know what? Same episode. Same commenter as well.
Hmm.
Also, tell your mustache friend that half metal is the main industry on Mars, and Cordelia's trip in season 1 actually brought a lot of good for the Martians' economy.
Hey, mustache.
Wait,
They-
before you tell me, there's more. Cordelia actually able to grab rights to half metal industry and trade, gave them to the Martian people of Shires? I guess it's the city that they're in on Mars that we see.
I think so, yeah.
Percentage wise is not clear, but Martians get the majority of the cut. So now they can keep most of the half metal profit and actually build better livings. For example, Cordelia built some orphanage from those money so that orphans on Mars can be taken care of, be educated, and don't need to be child soldiers.
I think that's what the new school they all go to is.
Yeah, the one that we couldn't tell was on Earth or Mars because half of the people on Earth and half on Mars. But she can't stop some kids out there like Hush, who wants to be a soldier mercenary. I don't know if that's the Bakugo kid or if that's the scowling.
I think it's the Bakugo kid, because the Scowling one I think is elsewhere. He's on Earth.
Right. I just mean the description fits both of them.
Hmm.
She no longer goes around giving speeches, 'cause she has real power now and a company to manage and focus. The more power her company has, the more tangible contributions she can make. Unlike Relina from Gundam Wing, who
Hmm.
are just preaching empty words.
Yeah. Relina just goes around and just does speeches and like literally nothing else, and then puts herself directly into the way of multi-ton weapons and goes, "I hope nothing happens to me."
I mean, it also reeks heavily of Batman, right?
Mhm.
Especially if you think of what was the third movie in the Dark Knight series?
It's not Dark Knight
No,
Rises.
actually, I think I'm thinking of the second movie where the cop who I think is supposed to be Robin shows up
Oh yeah, yeah, that happens.
because he's talking about how the Wayne Foundation used to fund orphanages, and
Hmm.
then it started running out of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling I get from that comment.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
can see that. I think I can see the parallel you're drawing here.
all right, moving into episode two. We have a commenter, High Priest.
Hmm.
New mask guy is named Vidar, and I believe you guys will dig him based on your opinions of the show.
Yo, Vidar is also a pretty cool name. I swear they haven't actually said it though. Like, well, I know I'm terrible with names, but I swear they haven't said it. So thank you for telling us. Vidar actually sounds cool. But it sounds like it's gonna go kill a lot of people, so this is gonna be great.
All right, jumping forwards again to episode three, Battle Before Dawn. We're back to Killian again.
Hmm.
Starting at apparently minute 609. No, the concern Orga has is that Galahorn only brought one ship to aid them, putting most of the work on Tekkadan despite the. Sorry. I'm trying to also read any mistakes, so I'm intentionally not correcting. So sometimes it throws me off.
Reread them precisely.
Most of the work on Tekkadan, despite Theme being a civilian company, and Galahorn being the much more massive organization in comparison, because as they stand, they were outnumbered ship-wise, and that's before taking into consideration that the DHC rigged their fleet together to conceal their numbers. Although we do know the reason for this was because McGillis wanted Tekkadan and his fleet to capture Sandoval before the Arianaud fleet were to show up and take credit, so this one ship from McGillis was all they could launch in advance.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's like the general read we had of the politics of the situation, right? That's what I remember anyway.
Well, you gotta remember that's also before the episode that we're currently in, where McGillis is now entering the field against the people who he hired in that episode.
Hmm.
Also, that episode, minute 1107. No, Tekkadan thought they were only fighting three ships based on their intel, but instead Sandoval brought his entire fleet of 10. Each individual ship was towing 3 to 4 others behind them.
Yeah, they showed that in the episode.
Yep, it's just, I think that's probably just an explanation.
Yeah.
We have a comment here asking if I got
Towing ships seems
COVID.
to be pretty common.
Yeah, a comment here, have someone asking if I got COVID because of my voice. Answered that in the comments.
It's much worse.
I don't know if you would say it's much worse.
It's much different.
Yeah, it's debatable. Let's see. Moving ahead to episode four, the trigger of dot dot dot. Again, the episode titles get cut off in my comment area.
Yep.
Minute 11:17 again from Killian.
Trigger of success.
There we go. They are basically using Tekkadan as a guard dog for the mine. Instead of Tewaz using manpower of security, Tekkadan can do it for them while they still bank on profits from the mine.
Okay. So reason for them to be there. They're cheap.
And I think minute 1823, he might be explaining the purpose of the person who got assassinated that episode.
Oh, right. Our minor antagonist.
Well, he says, or they say, sorry, I don't know Gillian's perceived pronouns. The man's an activist running a company similar in nature to Cadelia's, but his company was on the verge of drying up, so he tried to leech off Cadelia's success, but when she refused him, he tried to use what expenses he had left to get the DHC to take her out of the picture, and in an attempt to vacuum her success. If she was to be killed, unfortunately for him, this got Tekkadan involved, and now they have come demanding compensations for what the man started.
Yeah, that reads right. He did a gambit play and it did not pan out.
Oh, and here, in the 30 seconds later, authority on Mars lies with Gallarhorn, which is why, as a favor for helping McGillis take down the THC, Gallarhorn turned a blind eye to this action commuted by Tekkadan, which is why they were
Ah,
allowed to just commit assassination.
there we go. Now it all makes perfect sense. It's just because McGillis is like, all right, everyone, just don't look. I get it now.
Alright, moving another episode ahead. Episode 5, Inauguration of the You Tell Me.
Arby Defense Force. Arbrow.
Minute 36:26. This will be a war between two of the economic blocs. Abrao, who will receive aid from the Earth branch of Tekkadan, and the SAU receiving assistance from Gallarhorn at their request. This entire war was a means set by Ristel to take McGillis out of the picture in the crossfire.
Ah, the long-term assassination plot.
Well, I mean, for our benefit, I believe it also just explains who Arbrow and SAU are.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, I'll point out that in a future comment from the same poster, we'll point out that we've gotten them backwards before.
Uh-oh. It'll do it again.
Next episode, episode 6, the last one we watched, Silent War. Minute 8:13, the Albrow Company, since they were responsible for training Albrow to protect itself. Pretty much the Silent War can be seen as a conflict similar to the Vietnam War in a way. The SAU and the Albrow are the Vietnamese soldiers at war with each other, while Galahorn and Tekkadan serve as the equivalent to the USA and the Soviet Union, offering their support to their respective sides while fighting their own war against each other, using the conflict in Vietnam as their battleground.
Vietnam, but in Canada.
I don't recall if this has actually happened in Canada.
Well, they still have that same kind of, snowy, deciduous forest kind of terrain from the last time that they were fighting out there, which is also around where the, quote, capital of Earth is, I suppose.
Right, right. I
Which
just
is
don't.
Edmonton, which is
Yeah.
hilarious still.
I just don't recall if they ever stated where the fight was happening, but I guess it could be because the Tekkadan base for Earth is in Edmonton, I believe was stated.
Hmm. Yeah.
So they could just be fighting outside of their home territory.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Same episode, same poster, minute 9:54. If there is an antagonist to this war, it would be Galen, the man who is helping out Takagi and Tekkadan, since he is responsible for instigating and keeping the war going.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Tekkadan is kind of being dragged into a fight.
I don't remember who Galen is. Is that the old Japanese looking guy who got voted in?
You know what? Let's find out real quick.
But while you're looking that up, the next comment is literally the correction that I was talking about, where they're pointing out it's the other way around. Decadent
Oh, he's
works
the
for.
funky dude who's being nice to the kids.
Oh, well, yeah, we do that one already. I mean, I wouldn't so much say that he's the antagonist. He is an antagonist. But,
He's the current antagonist, the
well,
current one moving the action.
I mean, he works for somebody. So, the fact that he's working for someone just makes him an antagonist, not the antagonist.
We gotta go even higher on the 5D chess level here.
But yeah, the explanation of actually it's the other way around. Tekkadan work for Abrao as their advisors. Tekkadan was basically tasked with teaching Abrao on how to defend itself.
Mhm.
So I think that points forwards to when Abrao was stopping Tekkadan from landing on Earth. And I made the comment, well, they worked for you. How could they stop you? And I think that's Killian responding with, no, Tekkadan works for Abrao. Abrao doesn't work for Tekkadan.
There we go. They were hired. Alright.
I think that basically catches us up for the season so far. So I apologize to anyone who had a problem listening to my struggling ass voice and every deep breath.
That's okay, everybody. You'll get even more of that in the future. We guarantee it. So, I suppose with that, I think we're basically just ready for the episode, huh? Let's get into it. Right into Vietnam. Yeah, I guess I did say Canada, but like, where precisely the fight is happening would be interesting to know. Not
Poke,
necessary, just interesting.
poke, poke.
All finished here.
General, that was brilliant.
McGillis already bored with
Let's
this.
reduce the enemy's forces a bit more. Arbrow's troops were hastily formed. They can't have an infinite number of mobile suits. They're sure to run out soon.
Sir,
We mustn't let this chaos drag on any longer. Or we'll be mocked by that snake on the moon. I found
Ah,
it.
the moon
that's
snake.
the commander type our recon unit reported.
A Gray's Ritu with shoulder armor. That's him, all right.
If we can take him out, this crazy war will finally come to an end.
Oh, I guess they don't actually know that it's McGillis.
Our
Oh,
victory on
actually.
this day will be a tribute to our fallen comrades.
If we take him
Because I
out,
mean, they're saying stuff like that's
I
that
take him
guy,
out.
and
Takagi,
that's
let's do it
McGillis.
like always.
Aston,
Me up front and you in back. If we do it like we always do, we'll win. We're going back to Fuka together, remember?
yeah, you bet.
Ah, no, they're not going back together. Oh no, this is the episode they die.
That's a promise.
Unless I'm mistaken, the Arbrow Defense Force's forward base is up ahead.
Yes, though it's still quite some distance from our location.
If we take it out, perhaps we'll finally be able to clear up this situation.
Both sides thinking they can finish this.
General!
So the big man himself is out in the open. Have you forgotten the first rule of warfare?
5 enemy machines! Please fall back, General!
Don't worry about me. Call headquarters for reinforcements.
Headquarters, do you read me? Requesting reinforcements.
Well, it's good that we're starting off with a fight.
That means what we left off with.
There's
And
no
only
point in
one
calling for
character
backup.
here is
I've already
technically
sent a
essential.
separate
Everyone
force
else
to
could
deal with
die.
them. Kids, I'll
I mean,
keep
no
this
one's
guy
essential.
busy. You get the one with the shoulder armor.
Well, I feel McGillis probably has a bit of plot he still needs to do.
No, you can die for killing most of the people I cared about last
They have
season.
Vinyana movements. Tekkadan. They're not as easy as the defense force.
Attack when I say.
Got it.
I mean, we know this guy's dead because I said, oh, he's the one I like the most of all of these guys.
Very true, very
These are
true.
Orga Itzka's orders. They are.
And you're positive that the order to kill me came directly from him? I want to know whose directions you're fighting under.
Whose directions?
It's the enemy talking. Don't listen, Takagi. If we kill him, the war will end.
They're about to get revealed that they're being manipulated.
Aston and I can go home together!
Takagi!
We just have to do it like we always do. I'm sure of it, Aston.
I'm the one who's supposed to be up front! Fall back for now, Takagi! You're no match for this guy alone!
No, that definitely sounds like he's about to die.
After we're done, we can go home!
Move away from him, Takagi! I can't get a clear shot!
Please give us more after we're done talk.
He actually disarmed Megillah. Very interesting. Oh, now he's also
I'm
disarmed.
risking my life, just like you.
In the most literal way.
Ah, you were right. He's going to die.
Aston, no!
Like I said,
What?
I'm the one up front, and you're behind. That's what works best for us.
Good boy. Just like an obedient dog. He does what he's told
When
to
your
do.
lane partner in League of Legends is too stubborn to just go with the flow.
You
It
gotta-
almost
you gotta
seems too
return
easy
to
once it's
Fountain, you
over,
know.
huh? But that's war. What the hell?
You took too long lining up your shots.
Barbatos. It's here. Almost. As if...
Orca told me that I wasn't supposed to allow you to die.
Almost as though main characters can't die.
Oh, that means your favorite character died for nothing.
Who are they?
Most of the characters I enjoy.
that we were trying to stall up in orbit.
How'd they get down to the surface?
No idea.
One might say that Crank died to inspire
So
his
this is it.
subordinate into greater
We're going
action.
out.
Oh
Make
no,
sure
wait,
you
that
tell
guy
the guys
died
back
too.
at the camp, too.
Almost as if for no reason.
Mr. Mikazuki!
Oh no, you don't. I won't.
Hold on, Aston. I'll get you out of there.
No. You've done enough.
What are you talking about?
They're getting a lot of use out of this crawling into the mech to save somebody imagery. They did it last season too, if you remember.
Well, I mean, the majority of mech pilots that die on screen die in a crushed mech cockpit, so...
Yeah.
That fear because you were by my side. Because you were one of my best friends.
I don't feel that way. Meeting you and Fuka. I wish it had never happened.
Damn.
Impossible for human debris to survive with feelings. Even if a friend got killed, you'd be crushed if you let yourself mourn them. We lived by pushing our emotions down into the depths of our souls. But right now, I honestly wish that I never met any of you guys. Because...
Aston.
Because now I have to die. And I wish I didn't have to go. Still, thank you.
What do you mean you can't
Mikazuki
reach
just
Scarlet
like,
Ghost?
wow, I wish I
What's
had
going on
feelings
out
like
there?
that.
Already told you, I don't know.
That was still a very good moment, though.
Takagi still hasn't come back. We're also getting reports that the
They definitely
Barbatos
spent
is
7
alive.
episodes
We
building
have
it
no
up.
idea if that's true, though.
The Barbatos.
Sorry, what'd you
Get
say?
confirmation immediately.
I was buried in a moment of hate.
Now!
Find out what you can as soon as possible.
I said I thought it
Intel
was a
on the
very
hardest
good
group
moment. They
takes
did spend
top
7 episodes building it up.
There's something you want to tell us?
I am just getting so tired of
Look
watching
what you did
characters
here.
I
Landing
legit
gear and
care
guard
about
rail
die.
spaceports have been suspended.
Yeah, because of that we had to take a detour through the SAU.
Through the SAU?
I'd like to know why the hell you haven't been answering any calls from Mars. You've got a lot of explaining to do, Radice.
It's not what you... Don't even think about playing stupid. Mikazuki and the others are on the battlefield. We'll know everything soon enough.
You have to believe me. This was all Galen Mosa's idea. You have my word. I was only following the orders that he gave me.
I think the catastrophe
Bring 'em here.
was when we all decided that landscape monitors were not the way to go anymore.
Possible that he's already planning Gunna to hide.
Ah, truly, this
If
is
he
the
did
worst
go underground,
timeline,
I know
actually.
where he might be.
Look, TikTok videos are an upright format, so that's why the way the monitor industry went.
But how?
She's on.
Eugene?
So how's it going over there?
The fighting has died down for now.
That's good news.
And just
Hate to
imagine
say,
playing
that's
games
about
on
the
those
only good
monitors.
news I have.
All up and
Lost a
down
lot of
perspective, no peripheral.
past month.
Like I told you, I was just following
Everyone
your
playing
orders.
games that work
The
here.
worst part is, Aston was just killed in battle. He died protecting Takaki.
Gosh, what if it's a future without video games?
I mean, in fairness, kids just get inside of giant fighting machines, so I guess they don't need video games.
True, true.
No, wait. He has a few
Though I guess if you, like,
across the
pulled
border
3 of them
SAU
together, you could get some
territory
nice
where you
peripheral
might go when
vision.
things are looking dicey.
And why would you know that? You better not be trying to set us up.
Galen deceives people without giving
I
it a
guess
second thought.
three
I wanted to
of those
negotiate
monitors is
fairly,
like six
so I decided to do some
4
digging.
landscapes put together.
The information is in my desk.
Oh, here I thought he was going to actually try to manipulate
Coming
them.
for you. Make sure you're ready. As for their
No, I mean, he
call,
has Nuremberg defense lined up.
dead man.
I'm just following orders. Because he has the guy above him.
We'll
He's
I
like-
thought he was way more involved in it. I
then
guess he was
travel
just
to the African
disgruntled.
Union by boat.
No, him and this guy
We
here
didn't manage to kill McGill,
go to the same guy.
but I'm sure Rust will
But
keep
this
us from
guy
things from here.
is in charge of the organization that he's in.
Don't worry.
So literally,
Our work
you say I
here
was
is done.
listening to my boss.
Now
Ah,
we act
there you
like
go.
good mercenaries and find our next battle.
Looking forward to it, sir.
That's right. Because that's what
That was
Rust
nowhere
is.
close to your mouth.
Enemy forces? Which side? Our brow or the SAU?
We'll find out later. Prepare for battle. We're abandoning the base. Ditch anything you can't carry with you. They found us here. If this is a joke, I'm not laughing. Damn it.
Oh, right, because they now have all the intel
Spread
on
out
them.
before they surround us. You know where to meet.
Yes, sir.
They're here.
Follow my lead and do your best to keep up. And try not to push yourself.
I can
And
fight
don't
too.
sweat, you'll blow up the inside of the cockpit. Somebody do a joke for you.
Bakugo's gonna get himself killed here. Or I guess Hush.
No, we've already witnessed that one death this episode.
Nah, there's gonna be more.
No one else is here yet. Blasted. Am I gonna have
Perfect
to
grid
fight
line
new troops
streets.
again?
Yeah, this is
Sorry,
North America.
I might need a little more time before I start on the next job. But how'd they find out about the base, though? From above!
Are you Galen Mosa?
If I say no, are you gonna let me leave in peace? Although, if you're the ones who came after me, that means this is Radice's doing. It looks like I underestimated that small timer.
For what? Selling you out?
Yep.
Brute force
Then
is a
wouldn't it be I
dangerous thing since there's
overestimated
no
that small
hesitation in
tiger?
the attack.
Maybe his estimation is that he would actually resist interrogation.
Right, I just mean that underestimating means that he performed better than expected.
Look, it's the heat of the battle. I guess he just didn't say his line right.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
What hurts?
I'm scared.
You're literally... It's metal, you're not getting, like, synaptic response.
He is getting tossed around in there.
Stay back.
Yeah, but it's literally like... Imagine this kid was on a roller coaster, right? He went through a loop-de-loop and said, "It hurts!"
I guess he does have like a metal strapped into his back, so.
I'm still gonna lean on the roller coaster analogy. Like having a metal bar in your chest. The safety bar. It hurts!
I won't let myself get caught by a bunch of punks! I see your attacks are driven by personal feelings.
I don't think this guy could win.
Lost someone close to you?
He seems outmatched.
The other dude's mech has 4 arms, is super strong, multiple weapon focused. This guy trains every day. The dude is so jacked he could fight him out of the mech and win.
He's definitely winning right now.
You're perfectly decent as a human being, but the thing
Just saying, this guy does not read to me like a Vex Marquis. He's not the type that I would say could win in a less superior mech.
On the battlefield, it's always the decent ones who die first. The ones who are striving for something greater and fighting for justice are the ones who get weeded out first!
That's why all my characters are dead.
Then it's a good thing that you seem pretty decent!
Oh, wicked bird.
The jaws of life, but as a weapon.
Compliment. Mark my words, my nameless young friend. Somewhere down the line.
What last words? Thanks for the compliment.
You understand, it's not his last words. He's literally still talking.
Sorry, Rustle.
No one could survive that. Oh,
No.
wait, never mind.
Say, if this was Mech Warrior, they would both be dead. You know, Mech Warrior with their nuclear-powered mechs.
Oh, gosh.
You're alive.
Entire township destroyed.
I keep telling you, you've
Also,
got
think
the
about
wrong.
every other mech pilot so far who hasn't used self-destruct yet seems like that type of guy.
I did it to protect Tekkadan.
Then try explaining to me why you had a personal
I
contract.
guess he's more doing it to make sure that he dies and doesn't get captured.
I don't know, though. He was a mercenary, so he doesn't literally seem like the, you know, the kamikaze type. He's more like the, okay, I surrendered. I'd rather live another day than die type.
Stop screwing
Right.
around.
What's the point in talking to this guy? Huh? It's obvious that he betrayed Tekkadan. And worse, he let our people die for nothing. I say we just...
No, don't! Hold on. I want to talk with him first.
You sure?
Talk about what?
This
Oh, you
problem
guys
belongs to
misunderstand.
the
This is
Earth
my
branch.
date gun.
I'm the one Mr. Chad left
I just
in
fired
charge.
dates to my mouth.
So let me be
Very
the one to
convenient
handle
for
this.
him, of course.
Oh, it's like any, it's like any movie where somebody pulls out a gun and it's a cigarette lighter instead because they have a smoking habit. There was the pause there. I was waiting to see if it was going to go to
Why do you ask
credits.
us to clear the room like that?
No, he accidentally pulls the trigger, fires a date straight into his friend.
I don't know.
I mean, I just can't imagine Takaki killing anyone.
Yeah, you're right. That kid's as sweet as they come.
We don't know what went on down here. Even though that Radice bastard is a damn traitor, Takaki might have some attachment to him.
So then, should we go in and stop him?
Leave him be.
I agree. This entire conflict has been an Earth Branch problem. With Chad in the hospital, it's Takaki's call to make.
Akihiro!
Takaki already told us to let him handle things. However he decides to do it, I'll support him to the end.
Let the kid decide what to do with the person who betrayed him.
Well, I mean, he was in charge of everything on Earth anyway, so...
How could you repeatedly lie to us?
I apologize for that. Listen, I know I've said it before, but I only did what I thought was necessary. I wanted to protect you and the Earth Branch. I merely took the most logical course of action. Mr. Takaki, this is Earth, not Mars. Even if Mr. Orga had given us instructions, he's too far removed from the action. Ultimately, the only thing we could do was evaluate each situation for ourselves and make our own decisions.
You're right.
Huh? Mr. Takagi. Huh?
And I've decided.
Yep, that was gonna happen.
Which is wrong, by the way. You don't just execute people.
It was probably nothing. Anyway, you're a bona
I want to point out,
fide
you're on
Mobile Suit
Earth
pilot now.
that has a
Congratulations,
justice system.
What's with you?
Technically, you don't kill prisoners of war.
Give us a hand over here.
Seriously? You have got to be kidding.
But then again, you know, do the Geneva Convention survive into the future with Gallarhorn? Who knows at this point?
This feeling sucks. To realize how powerless you are. That you're nothing more than some punk kid.
I'm trying to remember if we've ever seen a military officer get arrested in the series so far.
And it has nothing to do with the Alea Vignana. We were
Must have
different to begin
happened.
with.
I mean, I guess that's not what Tekkadan's story is about.
We've gotten recalls. Like, people have been recalled back for failing, but they've been given second chances. Nobody's been arrested off the bat.
What's wrong?
I'm just surprised because I've never heard
Oh,
you
there
say
was,
so many words before.
the guy who used to own all of these guys. He got arrested, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Who were these guys?
Because they pointed a gun at him, and they said that's not the way you do things.
But any proof of that has now been reduced to ashes.
There's proof?
We weren't able to get any valuable intel out of the mercenaries we captured. It seems as though this
yeah, that's why he
character was the
suicided.
cautious sort. He managed all of the records himself by using the software on his mobile suit.
Huh.
Which reminds me, I forgot to thank you.
Just doing my job. Huh?
When you and your Barbatos saved my life during
Replace your dates with sweets.
it was like watching a scene from the Legend of Agnika
I don't know, kind of feels like an MMO, right?
Agnika.
Here's
Well,
a sticker to put on your mech for a service well done.
The man who founded Gallarhorn.
The bearded gentleman is... That can't... How could he? He's the strongest man I know! And he's so kind!
Julieta. You must not mourn his death.
Master Rustle.
The man you speak of never existed. To assist with my activities in secret, he sacrificed his family, affiliations, and even his name. He lived only through fighting, and through fighting did he die. Mourning the death of a man who never existed means trampling on the wishes of someone who did such great things for us.
There we go. That explains him now. A little bit more.
My friend.
Oh, that's... Yeah, there you go.
What?
It's his son, he just said. I was about to say it before he did, but he
Did he?
beat me to
I thought
it.
he said my
Yeah.
friend.
He's literally got the exact same face and facial hair.
No, he doesn't. That beard is exactly different than the other guy's beard. And he didn't share the dual hair color thing.
Well, I mean, like, sometimes your hair just grays anyway.
And again, I swear I heard him say, my friend.
Hey, Takagi, did you come back alone? And where's Aston? Yes, he...
Time to break the news.
And so, this nameless war of ours came to an end.
Next time on Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, Sovereign of Mars. Why does Master Rustle keep that man at his side? Is there anything trustworthy about him? He doesn't even show his face.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna have a visor episode.
This reminds me of that epic rap battles, moment. Too much of a bitch to show your face.
Well, at least as far as the sort of action to talking episode ratio, this action episode I think was actually a really good one.
I mean, I'm down to 2 favorite characters again, so
That is true. You can't keep them at all.
at least this time they're next to each other. So
Yep. And we also see how the other side is playing their little gambit game. Like they're actually doing some smart moves in there, using deniable assets and things like that, which clearly is giving Gillis trouble.
I don't know that it's giving McGillis trouble since he handled it.
Well, I mean, he's literally saying it's like, well, there's no evidence. I can't point it back at my enemies. They're being cautious. Well, I guess I'll have to do something else.
Right, the McGillis from last season who orchestrated an entire governmental uprising in order to put himself on the, turns out not even in charge, on the seat of a council of 6 other people who are also in charge.
Yup. Hey, he's just got to kill all the rest of them. That's all he's got to do.
Well, I don't know, I think some of them agree with him, so...
He's still got to kill the rest of them, I'm sure. It's gonna happen.
I'm just saying that the Machiavellian... sure, I forgot his name. Literally, we just talked about it.
Russell's?
No, the other guy.
Gillis?
McGillis, yeah. Sorry, I said an M name, which immediately wiped all other M names out of my mind. The, Machiavellian McGillis is having a hard time playing out his part when somebody else is doing it, apparently.
Right. He has opposition. This is like the first little arc here, and the first little foray between them trying to murder each other by proxy means. So, I'd have to say overall, this is very interesting. We did get the payoff of the 6, 7 episodes of building up that relationship between the 2 Earth kids. So that was very fun.
Oh no, one is a space rat.
They're technically space and Mars, but I mean they're on Earth. So I was just trying to clarify who I was talking about.
Well, no, I mean I think it's confusing if you call them an Earth kid. Neither of them are Earth kids. One's a Mars kid, and the other is a space rat.
The Mars kid, formerly who was on Mars, but now was on Earth, but who was commanding the forces of Tekkadan on Earth.
Yes, the Mars orphan and the space orphan former pirate.
Right. So it was actually a very nice scene, I think, overall. Like, actually paying off their emotional, like, build-up there.
Well, he's a character from halfway through season 1 who died.
Yeah. And, it was definitely, like... I'm not gonna say it was obvious, but, like, he's definitely has that emotional stunted, like, I'm completely numb to things because of the constant abuse and war kind of thing. So, it's hard to say he was ever going to be happy. Like, he even admits, like, I really wish I wasn't. This is terrible now.
Well, I feel like his death was telegraphed in the episode he died in, this one, versus someone like Biscuit who telegraphed his death the episode before he died.
Right. Yeah, he said all those lines, I go in front, it's like, this is gonna be it. We're gonna go home together. But, that's just writing. It's gotta happen. But yeah, I think overall, I like this episode. You got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. I hate that he had to die. I mean, it seems to stand apart to my constant, God, I wish people would die mantra, but, I'm getting all the deaths I could ever want. It just happened to all be on my side.
You're predicting them in advance. That's all you're doing.
Well, I guess, on this case, I picked a favorite that was on the team who never seems to suffer a loss. So I guess it's my fault for picking somebody on that team, because in doing so, they suffered a loss. I mean, at this point in time, I should just say some shit like, God, Mikazuki is my favorite character now. Just to see him wiped out.
Do it, tempt fate. It'll totally happen.
I mean, if it did, I could never have a favorite character ever again.
Well, until you decide your next favorite, I think that's going to be it for right now. This has been Stoneface Reactions. I've been Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time, everybody. See ya. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?